We are talking about the perfect playlist to help you improve your aim in Warzone by using AimLab. Now, I'm super excited to put this together with you all. Sorry, give me a break. Give me a sec. I'm not very good at doing this live stuff. So this playlist will be able to improve your aim skills 2 times faster. So in the description, there are a couple research studies that backs this up. And then also I'll read a couple lines from this book, Range, that I've recently read that talks about how to improve your skills faster. And so one huge key, and we talked about this recently in one of my most recent video about how to practice for Warzone, and a key part of that, the huge part of it, was challenging yourself. So in this video, we'll be creating the perfect playlist so that every time you jump into AimLab, which is free to use, this video is not sponsored by it, it's just something that I want to start trying to do. A lot of you guys actually talked about in some of my recent videos of how AimLab or aim training specifically has it helped you improve, and so that's something that I want to try. I've dabbled a little bit, and I want to put it into, actually put it into effect and see how good my aim can get or how quickly I can improve it. And so I'm taking this research that I've read and looked up to, and I'm learning, and I'm actually going to apply it to see if it's legit. And so we'll be creating that perfect playlist. So it's not created yet. So after this introduction, I'm going to start creating it. And those that are going to be watching the replay, it will be linked down below. We'll just have a kind of a Q&A session after this, be able to hang out with each other. So it basically comes down to 2 concepts, which is called the reloading effect and the contrast effect. And basically that means is just adding challenge and variety into your training. And let me pull it up really quick. So in the book Range, he calls it interleaving, yeah, like interleaving, like intertwining, basically meaning mixed practice. Okay, so varied or mixed practice is the key. He talks about how repetition, it turns out, is less important than the struggle, which goes back to the previous video where it was talking about challenge, okay? Challenging yourself, and now we're going to be implementing the randomness or the variety or variability, okay, to make you challenge yourself more to help you improve in Warzone, especially with your aim and other mechanical skills. Okay, so this basically comes down to, as it says in the book Range, quote, it requires the learner, so you and me, to intentionally sacrifice current performance for future benefit. So as we jump into AimLab and as we start learning and trying to improve skills, as we're focusing on those things, our performance might actually dip a little bit. But if we're only right here and we go down a little bit, but we can end up being right here, if you can even see that, isn't that worth it? Instead of just staying right here and then kind of just that linear progression, we want exponential growth. And so that's what we're going for. So that basically sums up this introduction. So those that are just watching the replay, the playlist will be linked down below. Again, AimLab is free. I'm not sponsored by it. I just wanted to try this out as I'm trying to improve my aim, and it will be linked down below. It's free to download on PC. Those that are on console, a way that you can do this is jumping into a custom game. Go back to my practice video, create a custom game with bots, and then just add randomness or variety to your aim training and pick a couple skills to work on. If you want to work on tracking or flicking, we'll do about a minute or 2 with just tracking shots, and then switch it up really quick and do a minute or 2 working on your flicking, and then maybe repeat that, or maybe add a 3rd and 4th one, and then repeat that cycle 2 to 3 times. That way you're adding that randomness, that challenge, that variability, and then that will help you improve your aim and mechanical skills 2 times faster. Again, check out the research studies down below where it talks about how this helps you improve faster. Check out the book Range. Okay, this is where this is coming off of. This is also coming out of the esports elite course that I just barely purchased, and then I'm trying because I want to improve and I want to improve faster. I was able to get to the top 10% in Overwatch in less than a year, and that was a really awesome goal, but it took me about a year to do it, and I want to see how good I can get in just a couple months by utilizing research, learning from people that have actually achieved that, and be able to just get there faster, invest in myself, invest in my time. Okay, so let's dive into this, creating this playlist really quick. Am I just like frozen? I'm just like frozen right now, huh? Okay, well, let's go jump into AimLab. That is so not cool that I was just frozen for the longest time. I think this is my password. Nope. Okay, so again, those that are just watching the replay, you don't. If you want to watch the Q&A, that's kind of what this is open to. This is a. I'm just gonna create this playlist, and I wanted to be able to kind of hold myself accountable to creating this playlist for you guys. Okay, so the playlist isn't created yet, but again, going off of that research, okay, the research shows that we need to add variety, variability, and challenge. Okay, and we don't want to chunk our practice. So when you are practicing your aim, you don't want to just focus on tracking for like 10-15 minutes or flick shots for 10 to 15 minutes. You want to switch it up consistently, randomly, and have a lot of challenge and variability in your training to have that growth. Again, check out the research studies down below of what we're basing this off of. Check out the book Range. Okay, and if you want to go deeper, check out the esports elite course that also talks about this. So I'm going to be creating the I don't even know. I don't know if I can remember my password. I'm going to be locked out. I might have to reset this. So again, those that are coming in, this is just a time for Q&A. If you have any questions, the playlist will be set up in a sec. I can't remember my password, so we're gonna have to reset this. I was actually talking to Braden from eAthlete Labs last night, and he talked about how he created his playlist to help improve in Valorant, and a big part of it was he did it on stream, so people like were forced to, or he was like kind of forced to finish this. This is going to take a while. Again, this is kind of Q&A. I don't know why this is taking so long, but just give me a sec, guys. This is mostly just for me to spend time with you guys that have questions, and then also just make sure that I get this done for you guys to improve in Warzone. Okay, we're just kind of play this while I'm pulling this up. Okay, I just got to reset my password for AimLab. I guess I can't remember it. So just bear with me, guys. Right now, I'm just resetting my password for AimLab. I'm going to be creating the playlist for AimLab so that you guys can use it to improve your aim twice as fast. So those that are just kind of hopping in, it's really awesome you guys are coming in. If you have any questions right now, it's just kind of a Q&A session. And this is basically forcing me to create this playlist. The playlist will be put down in the description after. Okay.
at me? Alright. Oh, shit. Just got someone behind me. Am I? Alright. Yeah.
I don't know why my password isn't working.
Go in this building. Okay.
Okay, nice. All right, let's see if I can get into AimLab now.
Who said come on now? Got a trophy for you.
And let's just, we can remember. Okay, awesome. All right, let's see if my main camera is actually working now. What's up, guys? Oops. Okay, cool. All right, again, guys, I'm just kind of gonna be creating the playlist for you all. It's not created yet, but we're basing it off the research studies. So if you're interested on how I'm coming up with this improve 2 times faster, improve quicker with your aim, check out the research studies below, or check out the book Range, where he talks about this interleaving, meaning having mixed and variable practice. So again, I was talking to Braden from E Athlete Labs last night, and he talked about how he was creating a playlist to help him with his Valorant aim. And he did it on stream, so it kind of like forced him to get it done. And so I wanted to open up today's video basically as providing you guys content, so you can just check out the beginning of the replay. So those that want to just get into Warzone and improve right now, you can take what I said at the beginning and start applying it to improve your aim. And if you have questions, right now is a time just to ask me questions. I'm going to create this playlist, so when you come back to this video, you can check out the description and download the playlist. AimLab is free to use on PC. I've dabbled a little bit in it. A lot of you guys have talked about how you have improved your aim in Warzone by using an aim trainer. And so I want to kind of take this research that I've learned from this book, from those studies, from other people, and actually apply it. So I wanted to create a Warzone specific playlist that utilizes the concepts from this research about variability, mixing your practice, interleaving, and create the perfect playlist for you guys. So I have no idea how to do this. So again, I'm just forcing myself to create this and then opening up a time to have you guys ask any questions that you want. And if you know anything about AimLab and creating a playlist, please let me know. I looked into creating a perfect playlist for you guys previously, but then I was so overwhelmed. So it's just I'll be here for probably a couple hours. I got some energy in me, got my drink. So I'm just gonna be hanging out, trying to figure out how to create a playlist or for you guys. Again, if you're interested in exactly how to improve faster, if you just want to jump into, maybe you already have a AimLab playlist that you're doing, the key is mixing up the drills. Don't chunk your practices, okay? Don't just do tracking for like 10-15 minutes, or don't do like flicking for 10 to 15 minutes. Mix it up. Go from tracking to flicking to micro motions to swiping to smoothing. Do those for like a minute or two and then alternate them. Add a lot of variability. A challenge goes back to my challenge video that I put out. Okay, so those that just want to get into Warzone and start improving your aim, that's the key. Okay, so challenge yourself, add a lot of variability to your practice, whether that's in an aim trainer or with bots. Practice one aim motion for about a minute or two and then switch to the next and practice it. Okay, again, you might have a little dip in your performance, but if you look for the future, right? If you were here at the very beginning, I talked about in this book Range, where the people that actually want to improve in the long term might have a little bit of short-term dip in their performance, but will have future benefits. Okay, so again, if you're on PS4, okay, so awesome, good comment. So do you have the full game? Are you free to play? That would be kind of like the next question. You can do this, you can still use this training method and methodology of adding variability and challenge. The two concepts are reloading and contrast, or interleaving, which is mix variable, you can still do it on console. So you have the game. Okay, so create a custom game with bots, and then just practice tracking the bots for about a minute or two, and then switch to your next specific goal. So going back to my practice video, pick your two to four aim motions that you want to improve on, whether that's tracking, flicking, micro motions, like you're really close to hitting their head or their body, but you need to make that micro motion. There's the swiping, so if you're doing the 180s, the smoothing, practicing your centering. So pick 2 to 4 motions you want to improve on. Use your bots and go 1 to 2 minutes practicing your tracking, and then maybe switch to your sniper 1 to 2 minutes, work it on your flick shots. Having those 2 to 4 skills, add that variability, that randomness, and then do that cycle at least twice. And that is how you set yourself up for improving 2 times faster. Again, check out the research studies if you're more interested on where I'm coming out with this information about how to improve faster. The research studies should be down in the description. I also learned this in the book Range by David Epstein. He wrote the Sports Gene. He also talked to Malcolm Gladwell, the 10,000 hours guy. Okay, so yeah, Jason, awesome. Put that into effect. Let me know how that goes. Again, it's research, science-backed, and so you should be improving at a faster rate. Okay, so I love the questions. Please keep them coming because I'll be here for a couple hours. I make this, I guess, not full screen, so it stays open still. Okay, this should work, right? That way I can kind of go between. Okay. Again, if you guys have any idea of how to create a custom playlist or a custom workshop thing in AimLab, again, the AimLab playlist is being created right now. So I looked into creating this before, but then I was just so overwhelmed, and so I got the advice to just do this on stream so that I'm kind of forced to actually create it. And then I also just wanted to open up for any Q&A, and it was awesome that Jason asked that question. A playlist on AimLab. But that's where Google and YouTube comes in. Again, those that are hopping in, if you have any questions, please let me know. Again, if you're just looking for the information on how to improve your aim, just check out the very beginning of this video. Okay, and it's talking about basically the 2 concepts that you need to start applying to improve your aim or your mechanics at a faster rate, and even up to 2 times faster. Okay, so check out the beginning of the video. Okay, so I'm gonna watch this video on how to create a playlist or a custom
enables you to select from any of the training tasks available from AimLab and put them into a playable list. Playlists are great if you know which tasks are best for the game you play.
I guess I need to edit a task. I don't need to create just a playlist. I need to edit. Can I just edit task in here? Again, I'm just trying to figure this out. The playlist will be created soon. Like, one playlist that I really liked comes from Ron Rambo Kim, if you guys know who he is. Okay, so he has a really good playlist that covers the 6 main motions. So this is very powerful, but I want to be able to add the 2 key things that I learned in Range and the studies that are linked down below. I want to be able to take like a flicking drill and then have it go right to like a vertical or a tracking or a smoothing drill. Okay, I don't want to chunk. That's what we're trying to change. Is I don't want to chunk practice flicking, because that's what the research says, is that if you can add variability and mixed practice, that you will actually improve faster. So I'm basically going to add more variety, variability, randomness to things like this. drills and skills like that. So this micro shot's really powerful. Can I edit this? And if you guys have any idea, no. How to edit tasks on AimLab. Again, I'm just hanging out with you guys right now while I create this perfect Warzone AimLab playlist for you. It will be linked down in the description once I am finished with it. Here we go. Customized tasks. That's what I'm looking for. Thank you, AimLab on YouTube.
Welcome back to another AimLab guide. This time we're going to take a look at how to create a custom task. Custom tasks are a great way to customize your training and allow you to take more control. To get to custom tasks option, simply click custom from the top of the main menu.
Okay, so custom tasks.
When you're on the section, the menu allows you to select from a few preset tasks from different
Micro
training
shot.
categories.
And if you guys have,
select the training task you want.
So thinking about Warzone, the main motions that come to my mind, and if you can think of something that is a motion, like an aim motion that I am not thinking of. So you have obviously tracking, you have flicking, you'd have the smoothing or centering, you have vertical, right? You're definitely, people are on buildings, people are below you if you're on buildings. And I think you have swiping. So I would feel like you'd have all the 6 major motions. So that's what we're going to create.
Want to modify and then click customize task.
Okay, so I'm
tasks from different training categories.
still learning how to customize this.
You want to modify and then click customize task.
Okay, so we want to customize task. Okay.
For the example, we'll be customizing spider shot. The first thing you want to do is to name your training task.
So let's go. Do you think people would like having a micro shot, like beginner, micro shot intermediate, and micro shot advance, and just kind of go through those in a random order? That's basically what we're trying to go for. Challenge length seconds, that's good. Size mode, random. So random would be good if I was just trying to create one micro task. Let's just go micro, like go micro. And size mode will be random. Because in Warzone, you're facing people that are really close to you, and then sometimes their teammate is really far behind you. So be able to like adjust between like a close-up person, so a bigger target to a smaller target. I think that would be very powerful. And then speed mode. I don't know. We're probably just gonna mess around with this stuff. Target size. Target size minimum. I wish I could like see the targets right here. Target distance. Yeah, we're just gonna be messing around with this. Let's like see if we can try this out. Let's see what this looks like. I like the different sizes. That is tough. I feel like it's too big though. But That one's not bad. How do I edit that still? Option. I guess I have to exit to the menu. That's one thing that I don't like about AimLab with my experience with it, is that it takes, like, you have to always go back. It seems like you always have to go back to they always go back to the menu. So I think a little bit smaller would be nice. Let's try 15. Whoa. 0.15. And then looking at the target duration. I felt like that was pretty good. So how do I get better? I've been using your tips, but I just feel like I'm not improving. Okay, awesome question. So give me just Mace Windu the man. Love that name. It's awesome. Give me just a little bit more, like what do you feel like you're not improving on? Like, is it your aim, your mechanics, your aim and your movement? Is it your positioning? Is it your game sense? Just give me a little bit more details, and then I can give you a more specific answer. Okay, because I have some general tips that will probably apply to everything, but I really want you to improve like right away. And one of the keys to improving is having like specific questions or specific skills that you want to improve on. Okay, so then on the PS4 they have a game called Dreams, and there's an aim tier. Okay, awesome, Jason. So I know. So are you inverted, like where you push your thumbstick up, you look down, like kind of like a plane, and the opposite, if you push down, you look up? My brother he's on PS4 and he bought Dreams, and it doesn't work. Like there's no inverted, like option. But yeah, let me know. Like, have you been using that? Have you been liking it? Okay. I feel like I'm just trying to create this playlist, but then I feel like I'm on the stage trying to check this out. Okay, wow, that is tiny. That's gonna be very tough. And then I've also gone to 120. And my screen is on the left, so so you haven't tried it yet? Or you're not inverted? No to both? Or okay, so guys, this, and then maybe I might create one that's a little bit bigger, again, to kind of simulate, you know, if there's a guy that's pushing you in Warzone and then he has a teammate in the back, to be able to like get him and then make that micro motion, because sometimes, you know, enemies are like right behind each other. So that is something I'm thinking about. So actually, like, the micro motion beginner could be really good. Like, go beginner, intermediate, and advanced, in the sense that like the beginner, the targets will be bigger, but then that also simulates like just all of your close range engagements. I don't know. I'm still thinking again, because I'm going back to the studies that are mentioned down in the description and what's mentioned in this book, Range. Okay, so I'm creating a playlist that will like basically have randomness and variability in your training. Again, we're trying to avoid the chunking, because you want to go from like aim movement to aim movement, and not like chunk practice one thing. And that's what's been shown to improve better. So I kind of got to think about, do I want like one micro motion that hits everything? Maybe I'll make it like, call it micro motion, like micro shot crazy. Okay, so you feel like your movement is not that good. Yeah, no, I didn't. So before I read Jason's, let me read Mace's. Mace Windu, baby. Okay, totally understand with the movement thing. My movement was like basically non-existent. I like learned how to slide cancel just so I could like traverse the map quicker, but I was like just so focused on winning that I didn't really care about movement. It was like, just get me into a power position, or camping, like just get me into a power position and I will like hold up there. That way like I can just play for the long game, play for the win. But now like I want to improve that skill of movement. And so the key is like practicing. Okay, so pick like what move that you feel like would be most beneficial at first, that will help you right now, and then practice that, and then you can start implementing that. So if you need to practice like the slide cancel, or if you need to practice the bunny hop, go into like again a custom game, so it's kind of low pressure, and just get comfortable with how to like press the keys or pressing the buttons on your thumbsticks, and then take it to the next level and maybe either up the bots to veteran where you really have to like perform well or you're going to get lit, or go into multiplayer or plunder for those that are free to play, where you're adding like a little bit more like mental mental pressure, and then take it to the next level and just practice in Warzone. Like you might like drop somewhere hot and you might get like wrecked at first, but just have the mindset of practicing just that one movement. Like try to just set a goal to like practice, like I'm gonna play 10 games and can I get like 3 or 4 slide cancel kills within those 10 games. Okay, you got to set like process oriented goals. Like for instance, let me show you. I did not care about movement at all to begin with, and then this last week I set a goal to improve my movement, and I got my first, and I was practicing like bunny hopping and slide cancel, and then I got my first like bunny hop kill in Warzone. And it's definitely not perfect. I'm not like Joe Woe, even though like I felt like Joe Woe or Aiden. It still has improved, but like to be able to get my first like bunny hop kill was like super awesome. And so it's all about practicing a specific skill, set a specific goal, set a process oriented goal where you're saying like I'm gonna practice bunny hopping for 10 games, and then before you know it, like it's gonna start like coming together. I should have fast forward really quick. It's about to come here. Again, practicing things I'm learning, again, not super pretty, but it was effective and it's coming together. Okay. So that's me, who just barely started working on like my movement, like slide canceling a whole bunch and like bunny hopping just last week, and it's already coming together. I hope that helps. It's just choppy. Yeah, just give it time. Like again, take time to warm up and practice those specific things, and then start putting yourself into more mental pressure things, and it will come. Like just set a specific goal with a specific move, and then you'll start stacking things on top of each other. And like seriously, like if you can have that dedicated deliberate practice for like a week, 2, maybe 3, and each week you're practicing on like the slide cancel, the next week the bunny hop, and then the third one like strafing, or like mixing 2 of them up together, you know what I'm saying? Within like 3 weeks, man, it's not gonna be choppy. It's gonna be a lot smoother. And it's awesome that you're working on your mechanics, like your movement and aim, because if you want to get better game sense and like positioning, you like can't be thinking about your aim and your movement while you're playing. Like that's just gonna like slow you down, and you'll be thinking about like where to aim or how to move, and then your enemy sneaks up on you. So great question. Just practice one specific move at a time, get it down, and then move on to the next one, and you'll become a more complete player, and your movement will feel so smooth. Okay. And I'm saying that as someone that's like experiencing it right now. Like I couldn't bunny hop under pressure like at all. But now, like, because I've set that deliberate practice, working on deliberate skill, it's coming together. Okay, thanks for bearing with me, Jason. You were saying, yeah and no. I didn't for 4 weeks, 5 hours a day, and I really didn't get better. How long does it take? Oh, with dreams? Dang, dreams for 5 hours a day? Is that really what you said? I just want to clarify that, because dang, that's crazy. Okay, again, I'm working on the micro motion. That small one, dude. I wish the one on the outside was smaller. I don't like how the inside one is always the smallest. So we gotta adjust that. So I think what I'm gonna do is I will create, maybe I'll call it like micro close-up. So for all of your close-up engagements, to be able to practice that move of like acquiring your target like really quickly, and then we'll have a micro like medium for, you know, if you're sniping medium range or you're tracking medium range to lock onto your target, and then we'll have a micro, and that will have a medium target, and then we'll have a micro long range for you to practice your sniping and be able to make that micro adjustment. I think that's what we're gonna do. But I need to create, again, this playlist will have like a lot of randomness. So you're going to be going from like micro to like tracking, to swiping, to centering. Okay. We want this micro. Close. Okay. So size mode needs to be fixed. Speed mode. We want this to be like, we'll try like 85. Again, this is trying to mimic all of your, why does it do that? 0.85, that's why. Mimic all of your close range engagements that you'll have. And we'll create one for your medium range engagements and your long range engagements. Again, so you can practice that micro motion. There's basically 6 main aiming motions: micro, swiping, smoothing, tracking, vertical, and flicking is your 6th one. All right, so let's try this. Is that too big? That might be too big. Like maybe we want a little bit more movement between, because there's a lot, you know, some people are really good at movement. So like to kind of flick or micro. So does dreams, so going back to Jason, does dreams really work? Well, Jason he was kind of saying it doesn't work super well. I haven't really played with dreams, so I'm not. Dreams is on PS4, so I don't know much about it. If you can customize tasks, then it's possible to be effective. So going back to Jason saying, so I did it for 4 weeks, 5 hours a day, and it really didn't get better. How long does it take? So I think that's like way too much time for just aim training, right? I think aim training is like kind of like I would say kind of like a short way to practice and learn a skill to get better on a specific thing, okay? And then you got to get into end game and you got to put it like into work. Because like no matter how much movement you put in an aim trainer, it's just not going to be the same as like Call of Duty movement. And so to work on a skill, I think an aim trainer could be beneficial. Again, I've only dabbled in it, but a lot of people in my comments have talked about how it has been beneficial, and so that's why I want to put it into like put it to the test. So another reason why it might have not been beneficial, Jason, is that you were too, even maybe you didn't know it like consciously, you could have just subconsciously been too casual about it because you weren't like testing. And again, that's what this playlist is going to be for. It's like, it's going to keep your brain always like focused and guessing, and keep your brain super active. And that is why you can improve faster, is because your brain is like actively engaged and not just going through the motions. So that could have been one reason why it wasn't super beneficial. You could have just been going through like simple task, and maybe like at first it was like, oh, this is kind of helping, but then like because you weren't challenging yourself and adding that randomness and that variability, it could have just like not been helping. Those are the two things that I can think that could have impacted. So what does 1.2, what does this do? But yeah, I'm not for sure exactly how to pronounce your name, moi@gmail. I'm still looking into dreams and seeing what people think about it. So I feel like that's too big. It's still too big. I don't think people's heads or bodies are that big. I mean, I guess if they're like right next to you in Warzone, I don't know, you guys let me know. I just feel like that's just a little too big. Yes, I want to exit. If anybody else knows about dreams and their experience with it, it'd be awesome to hear. My custom save tasks. So target size, probably 0.75, honestly. I that down. Again, we're trying to create that's a little bit better. Okay, cool. Creating the perfect playlist for you guys that will add the randomness, the variability, the challenge to actually help you improve with using an aim trainer and improve in Warzone. Again, this is backed by science. Check out the studies down below, or check out the book Range. And sorry, I was going to custom. Here we go. And now we're really gonna put it into test. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, so micro close. Oh no, back. Okay, and then we want to create micro medium. Okay, again, saying medium range. Size mode should be fixed. We want this to be probably like 0.4. This is gonna mimic we're trying to mimic all of your medium range engagements. So whenever I play the game, I get so animated. After I die, I get so mad. So, okay, dude, man, that's an awesome comment as well. I totally understand. Like, I'm actually just getting through the point where like I was like unmotivated or like scared to jump in because I hated dying. Like I have like this, I even had it when I was grinding Overwatch, like this competitive um this competitive pressure where I was like I didn't want to get made fun of, even though I'm not gonna see these people. I don't know if any of you guys have seen that, but like, or experienced that. So two things that has kind of like shifted my mind. So we're like the past couple days, like I've looked forward to jumping into games and wanting to improve. The first one is you got to find people that you enjoy playing with. Like whatever got you to first start playing Warzone and like kept you going, like you got to find enjoyment back in the game. That's the first key. Is like, so playing with my brother or playing with people I know is way better than me trying to grind like solos. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you got to have that practice, that mastery mindset, and knowing that like as you're working on your movement and you actually dying, it's actually very beneficial for you. Like all the top players, you know, I watched like The Last Dance from on Netflix about Michael Jordan. Like he failed, man. He messed up like a lot. Like he messed up in the games, he messed up in practice. Like it's just part of the process. So having like that long-term like mastery mindset and knowing that actually when you die or you lose, if you can like step back and be like, all right, well, how did I die? That's actually teaching you a new thing to make you a better player. So those are the two things that helped. And then Jason Sean said, my dead zone is at 0 and I think my aim improved. Is that okay at 0? If it works for you, that's the key, Jason. I actually play on mouse and keyboard, so I don't have experience with the dead zone. I was watching a couple streamers the other day, and they were talking about how they like it at 0.5. But again, it's personal preference, right? Like you got to do what feels right. So if you're dead zone at 0 and your aim improved, dude, like that's awesome. Like, yeah, that's totally like when you say, is that okay? Yeah, that's amazing. Like you want to find the things that fit you better, right? So like in one of my aim videos, I talk about finding like your perfect natural sensitivity. So I'm like more on the low range where I like to really use my arm, where actually most of the average players, like the average overall top players, are kind of like a little bit higher, but it was too chaotic for me to have such a high sensitivity or a higher sensitivity. So you finding what works best for you is amazing. Like that was a great discovery. That's awesome, Jason. Okay, so we're jumping in to see. That's probably a little too big for like if you're thinking about like a medium range. So we might have to adjust this. So we're building a close range micro shot. Okay, so like as you are, especially those that are working on your movement and you're working on like slide canceling or bunny hopping someone, to make that micro adjustment that you need to lock on target and like down your enemy before they down you. So we created our close range, and now we need to create like a long range, and that's our medium range, and then we'll create long. That one's probably just a little too big, I think. And if you guys disagree or think that a different size should be better, let me know. I'm gonna go to tasks. Our micro medium. So this has probably got to go down to like a 0.3, maybe even a point. Let's try 0.3 first. Might have to go down like a 0.2 or 0.25. I think Are you still typing? I'll wait for you to. I don't know what LE stands for. So again, this playlist, even that might be a little too big. Yeah, it's probably got to go. It's probably got to go. Probably got to go down. I think people in Warzone use aimbot because almost all of them don't miss anymore. So, I mean, for sure, there's definitely cheaters out there. Like, the craziest one that I saw recently was the magnet bullets, right? Where like doesn't matter where you're aiming, they're gonna it's gonna go straight to their head. Like, have you guys seen that? Like, that was crazy. Like, I saw, was it Iceman Isaac in the Nate Shot Invitational, like I think on day 1, and this dude just was hip firing at his feet, and Iceman Isaac died instantly because of that magnet bullets. Yeah, so trying no aim assist, I think, so that's an awesome way to challenge yourself and add that variability, that randomness. So that's something that I've heard, and I just feel like there's some mixed feelings. So it's something that I think that you need to try to see if that is beneficial. But I think that is an amazing challenge, and I wish you could do it in Warzone. And Overwatch, you can take away your your crosshair, so you have no dot or any crosshair on your screen, and that was a pretty awesome challenge. I wish there was a way to do that on Warzone, where you could maybe have your scope, but then have no red dot or no crosshair, and practice just, I think it'd be an awesome challenge. But no aim assist, I've heard people that really helped, and I've heard people say that hasn't really helped. Bro, I watched all of your videos. My aim improved. Only thing that didn't improve is my movement. Maybe because I'm on console. sad face. It will come. Like I was sharing earlier, just set a specific move that you wanted to improve on. I don't think it has to do with just being on console. And I only say that because when I first started watching Warzone, I was watching Swag, and not that Swag is the best player, but he's a top player. I was watching him, and he was playing on console at the very beginning of Warzone, and then he switched to PC and didn't like it, and then went back to console, and he had good movement during that time. So that's my only research of why I believe it's possible. I firmly believe it's possible to get good movement, is because I saw a top player play on console. But I don't personally have experience with it. I think you just got to set a specific move you want to improve on and work on that, and then it really will start coming together. But I'm super pumped. Thank you for sharing that your aim has improved, and I really do believe that your movement will improve too. It just some things might take a little bit more time. So yeah. Why was the target getting bigger? That's one thing I don't understand. There's not another target size, is there? What if I do random size and I put it to point 2 also? I wonder if the target would stay the same. So your micro motions, I feel like that might be just a little, some of those, it's probably fine. micro motions on mouse and keyboard is all just with like your fingers. Should all just be with your fingers. Micro motions on controller should just be very minimal, like just adjustments to like acquire your target, and that's what we're looking for. So I feel like some of those were a little too spread out. So level 388 with 62 KD. I took time to know how to play this game. Dang, that's crazy. Is it legitimately 62 KD? Because that, like, honestly, that's kind of sketchy. Is that 6.2 KD? Because that's like, you know, that's definitely top percent. But that's like definitely like something I would believe. So I play keyboard and mouse on console. That's kind of crazy. Dang. Oh, 0.62 KD. Okay. Yeah. That's where you are right now. Like you're getting there, dude. You're getting to like the average, right? Where most of the players are, and like actually getting to like average, which is I think is like 1.1 maybe, is actually pretty tough. But you're on your way, dude. That's awesome. Keep it up. So Jowo is on PC. He plays on controller, but he's on PC. The way you can always know if someone's on PC is that they will have on the top left, like all the streamers, like on the top left of their screen, it will say like frames per second, like latency, like the things that you can't see when you're on console. So when you see stuff like that, then you know like they're on a PC, they're playing on a PC. But he does play on controller, but he's on a PC. So like my friends have a 3.5 level 75. Yeah, I like, and I have a lower KD with a higher level. Yeah, I wouldn't really worry about your level. I mean, that obviously shows like how much time you're putting into the game. And so it's cool to get those ranks, like to level up. But like I kind of wasn't playing for like a month or two because I was just focused on creating videos. And then I'm a fourth grade teacher, and we went from being online to in person, and so I didn't have much time to put into playing as I did. And I'm like at 12 with like a 1.4 something KD. It just I wouldn't really worry about the levels. I would say like a better thing to do is check out like SBMM Warzone, where it has like your weekly KD, because those that like me or like my brother that are actually improving, like if you were like pretty bad for a long time, it's just gonna take you longer to get like your end game stats KD up. But if you check out like SBMM.com, like you could have like a weekly KD of like 1, right? And that's like showing you like how are you doing from like a weekly basis. And I think that is more accurate for how you're improving, like to kind of see that result. Because if you look at your end game, because maybe like you started off on Warzone not playing very good, but now you're learning things and you're improving, and you can get your in-game stats like up. It's obviously gonna take time, so it'd be cool to kind of see your weekly KD, your weekly wins, to see how you're improving on a week-to-week basis. That's what I would check out. So I'm a 1.09, dude. That's awesome. So you are like, I'm pretty sure like above average right there. Like I think 1 is like the average KD in Warzone. So like being above average is awesome. And this is where you're getting into the people that are like, as you hear like the sweats. And so it's going to get, you know, tougher to improve that, because I mean, skill-based matchmaking I feel is honestly like pretty good. Like you're going to have people that are above you, especially if you're in the average or above average. You're gonna have people that are better than you, that have 2 to 3 KDs and then you'll have people that are like probably from like 0.4 all the way up to like where you're at. And so depending on where you're landing, depending on your game strategies, you could easily get some easy kills from people that are worse than you, or you could be dropping next to people that are better than you. And that's not a bad thing, you know. Test your limits, challenge yourselves, practice things, and improve, you know. That's awesome, Jason. Both Jasons, man. Like seriously, guys, like you guys have the mindset, you guys are here trying to improve, like it will come. Like honestly, like who cares about your stats if you are having fun, you're getting better, you're getting new PRs, whether that is like a new kill record or you're getting more wins during a game session, like, right? Or like you're improving specific skills like we talked about in the practice video. Like let's say you lost the match, but you had like the craziest flick shot that you've never done before. Like that's a way to improve, and that is the things that you need to start celebrating, like your process oriented goals. Like, so you guys are awesome. Like keep it up, dude. I totally forgot. You guys like threw me off. Trying to create this micro medium. I felt that was actually pretty good. Oh, it was the target distance. Like I felt like it was like too far. Because again, these micro motions is where like your crosshair was basically on the right target, like on target. It was like just barely off, and you're trying to quickly acquire the target. That's what this micro motion is for, and it happens to all of us. So I just feel like that's too big, like it's too far. We're almost getting to like right there. That's pretty good, I guess. Oh, come on. We're getting to like, that's like getting to the flicking thing, or I feel like it's just a little too much. I don't know how to adjust that distance though. Is this the right one? Guess we're doing micro medium. Did I not save the changes? All right, should be it. Again, just trying to get, I mean, that looks kind of like medium range, right? I would say it's medium range. If you're thinking about hitting your target like an enemy, that's kind of at the medium range. See, some of these are really good. I'm struggling. I was about to say I'm starting to feel it, but then I just like butchered it. I think that's better. Let me know if you guys agree. That's kind of what like an enemy, like if you're thinking about his chest, maybe his head, an enemy might look like that size for like a medium range. So I play Plunder always. It's not that I can't play Battle Royale. I just need a team that can play as well as me because I get high kills and die. So you like to go for the high kills, is that what you're saying? Or you play Plunder, you wish you could find some teammates that would play high kill, like a high kill style game with you. Is that what you're saying? Okay, so this one's gonna be super tough. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, so another thing that helps like with improving and having fun, I think I mentioned it, is like playing with people that are like that have the same mindset as you. Whether that's like the same mindset for improving your like going for wins, going for kills, like being on that same level, and then have the mindset of like trying to improve, you know, and like when something goes wrong, that you guys like come together and like, hey, how do we figure this out to get better? Playing by yourself, playing solo is definitely tougher than playing with people that you like, you know, mesh well with, that have like the same mindset of trying to play well. Dang, is that too small for sniper status, man? I feel like nah, dude. I think, I mean, I don't know. You guys let me know. Like, I'm so slow at this right now, but imagine how awesome it would be if you got super fast at this with like that such. I don't know. I think I might leave that. That's definitely super tough. Like, after my challenge of implementing AimLab, we'll have a before and after, dude. And dude, that's gonna feel really good to be able to hit that small target and be able to hit those small targets and Warzone when you're sniping, especially kind of far, you know. Like, I would say that's basically what the size of someone's head is at like that medium to long range. I'm not thinking about like the long range where like you can't even see like their head. I think you just got to practice that. Like, if you're going with like, you know, if you're HDR, you're sniping like 300, 400 meters, I think you just got to put the time in the game. But I think for the majority of sniping from medium to long, I think those sizes are pretty good and will be very effective. Okay, so we got our micro motions down. And then I guess we can start creating the playlist, right? This would be MVRCK Warzone right here. How do I... Should I put them in a chunk order and then you can go through them randomly? Or should I put them in a random order? Because that's what you need. You need randomness and variability for this to be effective. Okay, so you're saying no, like I get kills in Battle Royale then die. Oh, yeah. I mean, honestly, like you just gotta you gotta step back from like why you died and learn from it. Like, I was watching Exact, who is an amazing player, from his stream yesterday, and like it took him like 10 games, I think, at least, to get a good game. So like, just give it time, you know. Like and I bet if you go to any like, or I can't say any, but I bet if you go to most like streamers who are going for the high kills, like there will be probably like 5 to 8 games where they just like they only get maybe like 5 to 10 kills, you know, and then they die. And it's like on the 9th one or on the 10th game where they're dropping like a, you know, a 30 bomb, right? Where they're creating their, you know, their YouTube content. I think people go to YouTube and they see like all these amazing gameplays, and it is amazing, and you feel like they're having that every game. But if you actually go watch these streamers, like seriously, there's like it takes them like 5 to 8 games, I would say, like on average, before they have like a banger, you know? So like if you're getting 5 kills and then dying, like you just got to put in the reps, and before you know it, like it's going to be like your 5th game, your 7th game, your 8th game, where you're going to drop like 10, 15, maybe getting a, you know, a PR 20, 30 plus or whatever, you know? Like it's going to take time. There's so much like randomness in battle royales. Like there's a lot that you can learn, but like there's just a lot of randomness of like where the circle's going to go, how other people are playing, how they're going to rotate. So like depending on like how many people you see. So getting 5 kills and then dying, that's awesome. Like honestly, this set the, you know, figure out how you died, set a specific goal, and like, dang, I should have, you know, disengaged after I killed this one enemy, replayed, reloaded, and then engaged from a different angle or something, you know, and set that goal. And then before you know it, you're gonna be dropping, you know, 6 kill games, 7 kill games, and stuff like that. I think they win gunfight because of the rose skin. It's thin and it's hard to kill when it bunny hops. The rose skin definitely was broken, and probably still on, I think on some level is really tough to see. And I don't know about the hitbox. I mean, maybe the hitbox is off. Their movement is just really good. So it just makes them hard to hit, you know? Like if you have checked out like a lot of the movement videos on YouTube, especially the ones that show like the cammering, or in my Joe Woe video talked about that tick rate, where like if you have that peeker's advantage. So if you can move first, and especially like with the bunny hop, it's just a lot harder to track. So movement is definitely a reason why it's hard for them to hit. And and you're right, like the rose skin is like super tough to see. So the reflex shot, this one is their flicking one. This is what we want. Okay, so flicking. Like the flicking beginner would be like the close up of the other one. We might have to name these ones like flicking intermediate and flicking advanced, I would say. What's a close range gun and long range gun that you would recommend? So luckily the meta is actually pretty open to honestly whatever you can hit and be the most accurate with. Like honestly, I mean, there are definitely some guns that are better in specific things. Like I think the MP5 has one of the fastest TTKs, but you need to be like within that certain like close range. Or if you're like a little too far out, then like the Bullfrog, for instance, or the Mac 10 might win. So what I see the most people using is the Bullfrog, either the MW or Cold War MP5, and then even the Mac 10. So those 4 guns is what I would recommend. Again, because they do offer some utility in ranges where they are strong, like really close up and then just sort of close up. So those are the 4 that I would recommend for close ranges. Long range, definitely AMAX, and then Kilo could be kind of like coming back. I don't see a lot of the top players rocking the kilo, but a lot of people in their lobbies that, and sometimes they die to, are using the kilo. The growl maybe, but I would say like the meta is like Bullfrog and AMAX. Like those are your two guns, especially if you're going around for high kills. Like definitely the AMAX. Like when people like whatever top player, like if I go to any top player stream and they're in their try hard mode, they have the AMAX. It's the close range where it's just basically like what you feel most comfortable with, and you can hit most of your shots. Because that, like, if something has like the fastest TTK, but you're like time to kill, but you're like not hitting your shots, like it doesn't even matter, right? But if you have something that doesn't have the fastest, but you are able to accurately hit their chest and maybe even hit their head, well, that's worth it, right? So Bullfrog, Mac 10, the MP5, either Cold War or MW, all seem to have a pretty like low recoil, so it's a little bit more manageable. So whatever one, that's what I would recommend. Let's try this. We want it fixed. Try this. That's way too slow, and it's way too big. Oh, I say it's too big and I can't even hit it. Look at that. Oh, I gotta work on my aim training, guys. That's why we're doing this challenge, creating this for you. Creating it for me just as much as I'm creating it for you. When I was dabbling in AimLab, and maybe you guys are like me, there are some snipers, like when they're flicking, they can like, they go, I'll see if I can, yeah, see, they like hit it as they're going past, like they time it, you know? And like, I can't do that. I can't time that thing. But that's gonna be a good one to work on. But that was too slow and like too big. I don't know why it was like that. So size mode needs to be fixed. I thought 0.25 would be good. Target duration. Yeah, what you were saying was true with your friends and not other ones, because Swag was sabotaged in a 100K tourney. Are you talking about the nade shot one? Because I watched the day 2, watched a little bit of Swag playing. His friend sabotaged him though. I don't know if I caught that. All right, so we've got our micro motion movement, aim movement, and now we're trying to work on like our flicking one. Again, why is that target so massive? Oh, I can't even hit the massive one. That is really far. Guys, I can't handle pressure. I don't stream. No, this is actually really good. I should start streaming my challenge of using AimLab. That way I can handle the mental pressure, because that's like, I know other people, maybe some of you guys have the same thing. Like you guys can do moves like maybe in multiplayer, but then like you get into Warzone and it's just like, man, I only got like 1 life basically. and just like the mental pressure. I just feel like that's just too slow. So with Iceman Isaac, yeah, so I'd love to hear your take on that. Because I did watch the one where Iceman Isaac threw Swag's buddy into the building. So gotta go. Thanks for everything. Oh, Jason, no, thank you. Dude, are you serious? Like, it's so awesome that you came here to hang out. Like, you make me feel so good. Thank you for coming in, stopping by, your questions, your input. Really appreciate it. Have a great rest of the day. Have a great Saturday. Best of luck in your game. Seriously, keep it up, dude. Doing awesome. So jump into Plunder and go for it. Like, just go for kills. What do you mean go for it? Sorry, because recently you were talking about like guns. Are you talking about? Are you answering Mace's? Maybe you're answering Mason's question. How do I get high kill games? So there's a lot, and again, when I first started playing Warzone, I was just all I cared about was winning. 1 second before I answer, Marie says, one thing that made me good in Warzone is doing the growl challenge. I had to kill 5 people in 1 minute. My head was hurting. I got 4 kills. Oh man. Yeah, dude, that's crazy. The free to play, I don't know if you were doing it, you're free to play. Dude, that would be tough. Like, you definitely gotta get good to get the growl challenge in Warzone. Like, way easier if you have like shipment and can do it in Modern Warfare. But high kill games comes down to a whole lot. Again, the first thing is you have to your aim and your movement has got to at least be to the point where, like, when you're playing, you're not thinking about it. Because if you're having to think about that stuff, then you're just gonna get too overwhelmed. Because what I've noticed and what I'm just trying to learn, again, when I first started Warzone, all I cared about was winning. So I didn't care if I only got 1 kill. But now I'm trying to challenge myself and learn how to get high kill games. So aim and movement, that's the first thing, has got to be like dialed in. The second thing is positioning yourself so that you are isolating one person at a time, so that you can't be basically third partied by teammates, right? I hope that kind of makes sense. Like, you only want to be shooting at one enemy, and you only want one enemy to see you, like to be able to see you. So that's one huge thing that that should be able to help with high kills. If you're talking about solos, again, trying to isolate yourself so you can't get third partied, that would be key. So getting into positions, whether it's on top of a building or behind a vehicle, behind a rock, where you can isolate one individual, that's really big. The next thing is just being patient. Okay, so like, just because you down someone, or you got to down and finish, you got to get intel of where the other people are and what they're doing. So being patient before you make your move. And if you're in that power position, again, whether that's on top of a building, you want some kind of hard cover, get intel, and then usually disengaging and re-engaging from a different angle. When you're chasing around kills, that's what I see on a consistent basis from top Warzone players, is like isolating one person and then be able to engage in a different way, whether that's from a different angle or from a move. And that working on those things will help you start stringing together more kills. So when you did it in Warzone and didn't have multiplayer, and that was made hard. Dude, yeah. There was another subscriber that commented on one of my videos asking, like, man, how do I do the growl challenge in Warzone? It's like so tough. And it's awesome to hear that you did that. Like, that's amazing. Like, that's crazy. Oh, not save playlist. I need some water. Thank you guys for coming in and hanging out, man. Checking it out. Again, the playlist will be done today and be up. So that you guys can start using it. Okay. I'm going to start using it. As you guys can tell, I definitely need it. And people have been talking about how aim training has helped them in Warzone, and I've only dabbled with it, so I can't like. I want to go through the experience and give it like a fair try. Okay, I am like totally lost. Here we go. Okay, so size mode is fixed. How do I get it to speed mode random? That's what I need. I need this fixed. How do I get this to be faster then? That's what I needed. Right? To be AI. I don't know. Still learning how to create this, so I'm gonna figure it out. So I did that yesterday. Took hours throwing my controller. Dude, I get the frustration. Luckily I haven't been like gotten too frustrated lately. But the most frustrated I ever got was I was playing Overwatch, and this was about almost 2 years ago, trying to grind, trying to get to like a new level. The high master, how are you? Agrees from Chile. Well, dang, dude, Chile, what part? If you don't mind me asking, my brother served a church mission in Santiago on the east side of Chile. So that is awesome. How are you doing? You are the master, man. You guys are the best. Going back to Jason. So I moved my desk and my setup to actually my dad's office. He had like this back room, and it was like just a great way for me to like get focused and play my games. Anyways, there was this one time where I just kept losing rank, and I was focused on the results and not the process. Anyway, so I got super frustrated, and I went and like punched the wall and like punched a hole in the wall. And I probably still have a picture of it, but I just like took my fist and I was just like bang, and that was not my best moment. So I get the frustration. So Jason said, for the people who want to complete the growl challenge, use FFAR and AMAX close and long range, and then kill out, do not fill, so you can keep on spawning there and kill 5 people and land back there. Nice, dude. That is great advice. Thank you. Cool. You're from Santiago also? Dang, that is awesome. I've only seen pictures. I haven't visited. I wish I was able to go visit and pick him up from his church mission when he like completed it. But it looked awesome. That is really cool. Thank you so much for stopping by. You guys are awesome. But that's awesome advice too, Jason. That's like too big, man. Again, guys, I'm just learning AimLabs. I've dabbled a little bit in it, but I really want to put together a very effective playlist for you guys. Again, check out if you're interested, check out the research down in the description. It talks about how to improve your skills at a faster rate, 2 times faster. And then it also comes from this book, Range, where he talks about how to actually improve your skills faster. And so right now I'm creating specific movements that you're going to have, like aiming movements that you have in Warzone. And then it's going to be in a very random based, have a lot of variability, okay, and challenge you. And that's where it's actually going to have the most progress. But I've never done this before, so thank you guys for hanging out here and just bearing with me as I'm creating this playlist. Okay, that size was like way too big. Does this need to be like, does this really need to be that much smaller? Yo, what's up, Dr. K? Bro, if I was Mr. Beast, I definitely don't. Dude, you're totally good, man. Having you guys here is honestly like all I would wish for is like be able to talk with you guys. Like this honestly like this is so cool. So thank you so much for being willing to do that. But seriously, you spending time asking questions, hanging out is so amazing. And then Sergio, 2,000 subs, you're growing. Yeah, it is pretty cool. The coolest part is just I definitely believe that I have value to offer, and so it's just cool that videos are getting watched, whether I get subs or not. I really am trying to through my research and now through my experience just share what I'm learning and seeing and researching that I fully believe is helpful. So it is cool though, no doubt. Like I mean, who doesn't? I don't think there's someone that doesn't like to have a like or to get a compliment or to get a sub, like it definitely does feel good. But so although we 9, yeah, dude, for sure. This is really cool. Like when I was playing Overwatch a few years ago, I was trying to, did I save these changes? When I was playing Overwatch a few years ago, I was trying to grow and actually become a streamer. And like the most I ever got was like, I think consistently maybe 3 viewers. 2 were people that actually wanted, like, that found me and liked watching me, and the other one was my wife, which was awesome. So having 8 of you guys coming in, hanging out or whatever, asking questions is pretty cool. Again, that's too big. Why is it so massive? No, but I really do appreciate the questions, the comments, the input. Okay, you guys are seriously the beast, man. You guys are awesome. It's really cool having you guys hang out. I was just doing this hoping that you guys would come in and ask questions and hang out, but mostly just because it's gonna force me to create this playlist, which I've been putting off because when I first tried to do it, I was like, I don't know what to do. This is way too hard. My mind hurts. So this is just forcing me again. I'm creating this because there's the research that shows how to improve faster. And so I want to help you guys improve faster, but then I also want to put it to the test. So trying to create this is what I'm trying to figure out. I just don't get, I can't get it smaller, and I can't get the things to pop up quicker. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Mostly streamers with 2K viewers don't reply and they just skip and give you short things. Yeah, and part of it is like if they have a lot of comments, then it's just kind of tough. But then yeah, maybe some of them don't care. But it definitely is easier having just a few of you guys. I'm able to interact, which is awesome. Have you guys already played Warzone today? You guys planning on playing Warzone today? Would you guys, along those lines, would you guys be interested in a Discord to like look for groups, Change from fixed speed and size mode maybe? Nice, Cloudy. Let's try it. So what do you think? Random size, random speed? Yeah. So what I'm looking for, I'm trying to get the, like, maybe this duration needs to come down too. Let's try this first because I want to do what you said. Any suggestions to get into flow? Days where my aim movement is great and play well, other days the brain is just lagging. Dude, awesome. Guys, so this is a really cool question. Mostly because I had this interview last night, like at midnight, with Brayden from Athlete Labs. Again, someone that has dramatically helped me in my Overwatch. And then talked to him, was able to come with him, kind of come on board with him. Anyways, one of his best videos is about flow, and so these were the things that he said. The first thing is your skills have to be like at a certain base level. Because if you are jumping into Warzone and your mind is like so focused on like how to move, how to aim, like if it's overthinking, then like that's where it's gonna put you out of your flow state. Because flow is like where you're not thinking, you're just like living, you're like in the moment. Okay, so that's the first thing is you got to be your movement, your aim, decision making has got to be like at least on a base level, like pretty good. Another thing that he talks about is like meditation, because that's what he's seen with his interviews, with his research, his interviews with professional esports coaches, with professional esport players, is that meditating, at least some form of like where you practice on like not controlling your thoughts, but like not letting your thoughts control you. That's basically what meditation is. So utilizing meditation, having good like exercise can help you put in a flow. I probably should just get his link and put his video in the chat. Honestly, that's probably what I should do. Because he'll probably describe it better, but it is tough. That's one thing that he did talk about. It is tough to get into that flow state. So another reason why meditation would help is because like let's say you just got done with like a long day of work or school, or you just like let's say you had like just a hard day, and those things are in your mind, they're gonna pull you away from being in that moment. Okay, so yeah, that's basically what it would come down to. Why can't I? Here we go. Ron Rambo Kim, the FPS coach, also has a very awesome flow state video, so I can put that one in there too. Okay, so this is Athlete Labs flow one. And this is like things that you will do probably on a consistent basis to get yourself in that flow state. Because it does, like, man, it feels cool. Like when you're just like not thinking and you're just like reacting. I've only experienced it probably like twice this whole time I've ever played Warzone. So it's pretty cool. Okay, so one second, I'm gonna go to Jason right after I read Cloudy. Cloudy's trying to help me with this, which is super awesome. Okay, so he says make the max duration and size lower. Nice. Okay, so what do you think I should do? Should I do like 1 and max size lower? Okay, let me know how that's looking, Cloudy. Okay, so saved. Let's play this. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for coming in. I really hope that those videos help. They've helped me. Before I jump into Warzone, I always take like a few minutes to meditate. And then even like I hated solos for the longest time, and I actually probably still do hate them, but like it's a fun, hard challenge. But man, my heart like races so much when I play solos. Like I feel like I'm like legitimately in the game, like I'm playing for my life. And so using what they call the square breath, where you inhale for 4 and then you hold for 4 seconds and then you exhale for 4 seconds and then hold for 4 seconds and you repeat that process. That's like a meditative thing, and that like kind of helps me like get that mental pressure, like performance pressure down a little bit. So let me know, like, it's like whatever video you can comment on, just let me know what, how that flow video helps you. And then guys, share your clips. Like I would love to see like awesome clips if you want. Oh my goodness. That's way too tiny. Like imagine if you can hit that. I can't even hit one, dude. Oh, God. I'm gonna go until I can hit one. There you go. There you go. Nice, two. Wow, that was tiny. Okay, so Cloudy got it though. That's it. They are just way too small. Okay, so let's edit this. So let's try, this is intermediate. So let's try 0.3 to 0.35 maybe. We do want some randomness and variability in this as well. Cloudy's just in here trying to make me look bad. Just make it really small. That's better. Oh, missed it. Started off good. I feel like I miss to I always go too short, I feel like, except for that one I went too long. So one thing that I do need to research though, so in the description it talks about how to improve at a faster rate, and this is what we're doing. We're creating it. It's basically adding randomness and variability, like mixing things up, so not chunking your learning. So one thing that I do need to research and find out, and maybe you guys know, is when you're practicing these things, should you focus on speed and have super crappy accuracy like that I was trying to do at the beginning, or should you like slow down and focus on the movement? You can kind of learn that like motion. That's one thing that I wish I would have asked Braden from eAthlete Labs last night. Maybe you guys know, but that was better. That was awesome. Great advice, Cloudy. But then it went back to normal. What the? So let's see. I hate solos. There was 9 people left in the circle, and I couldn't win because of 7 trucks in the finals. What would I do except to die? Yeah. Yeah. Trucks are pretty OP in solos, I would say. What did we had this at? It was 0.3 to point. Like, why didn't it save? And then we brought this down to what, like point, or is that it? That was it, right? So you say accuracy in your opinion. Okay. Then speed will come over time. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like if you have a Bertha, like it's definitely like definitely an advantage for sure. Like if you have a Bertha in solos, like at least in like duos. I mean, duos is a little bit tougher, but at least like when you have teammates, like you can shoot a Bertha down like pretty quick. Like if everybody's shooting at it, but like in solos, like you're gonna go through what, like 4 mags to put the thing down, you know? And so like if you're like Jason and there's like 7 trucks in your final circle, like yeah, what are you gonna do? But I like the accuracy. I'm gonna take note of that, Cloudy, and then I do want to do some research though. But I think I'm leaning towards what you're saying. Yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts on actually. So, question that I thought of: what if they had most wanted in solos, and so you could grab that, and it like if you survive it, it gives you like the kind of like like the stimulus solos or like stimulus quads, whatever, where you can buy back yourself. Like, what do you guys think about that? Like, what if they had the most wanted and it gave you like an extra life? Just kind of thinking about solos. There's a glitch spot people use in Battle Royale and shoot under the map at airport. Hope they remove that glitch. Yeah. So I haven't seen. That's cool that you shared that one. I haven't seen the airport one, but I saw during one of the tournaments there was a glitch spot at the warehouses next to stadium, like towards the hill and to like the right of the town. If you know what I'm talking about, there was a glitch spot there that was pretty annoying. What's up, Ryan? Do you think aim training is worth it for controllers? So great question. I think aim training is worth it. Aim training in like an aim trainer, like AimLabs or Dreams. That's where I'm still doing research and gathering like people's experience. So aim training is definitely worth it. There's just different ways you can do it. If you're asking, what I'm assuming you're asking is like aim training in a specific thing. I definitely think so, because you are, you're training your muscles basically. And if you want to have faster like reaction time for like a specific move, whether that is like flicking or doing a 180, tracking, you getting that repetition with your thumbs, or those that are on mouse and keyboard, practicing moving quicker. I mean, I definitely believe it's worth it. Again, I'm only dabbling in AimLab, like this aim trainer. I've only dabbled in it, and so I'm really gonna put it into like give it a real trial to see if it's beneficial. So those that are on PC and that can download AimLab, that'd be awesome. I just don't know much about controller players on console of the best aim trainers out there. The only thing I've heard of is so kind of a long-winded, but I definitely do think it's worth it. There's just probably different ways you can aim train it. Like aim training, like with bots, or going into Plunder and working on specific like tracking, and then working on flicking, or working on like your swiping or something. I think that's beneficial. So if you have MW play against bots on like speedball with no aim assist, that helped me when I was still a controller. Yeah, awesome, Cloudy. Thank you for sharing. I've heard the gnome aim assist. It's been beneficial. I've just also had at least one or two people say that it didn't really help, but I definitely think it's something worth trying because it's an awesome challenge and gets your brain to be active, which is a huge key of learning. So kind of going back up, there's a glitch spot in Stadium and the warehouse by Stadium. Yeah, I think that's what I might have been trying to say, but I probably said it wrong. The warehouse, like towards the town. And then Jason, I wish someone could game share me Modern Warfare. That'd be cool. I wish they did sales. It seems like they never really do any sales for Call of Duty games. Like Overwatch, when I played Overwatch, like there was once in a while it'd be like half off, which would be cool. Ryan, I'm way better on mouse in terms of AimLab scores, but I feel controller dominates for I'm not for sure what CBQ means, so I don't know all the lingo. My tracking is better. Flicking, I'm struggling to make progress on controller. So I've been using AimLabs for both mouse and... Do you play on both, like, consistently, or, like, kind of switch off? That's pretty wild. So, yeah, I played a lot of... Oh, gotcha. Cool. but I feel controller dominates or can dominate in Warzone. Yeah, I would say, I honestly, from my experience and from what I've seen, I honestly believe that like controller, that's cool that you could switch between both, man. That's amazing. Like that's really cool. I feel like it's actually pretty balanced. The only time that I feel like aim assist is broken is during a stun. And you can disagree or agree with me, but like when I stun someone and they're like aiming to the left and somehow they're still hitting me like when I'm to the right, like it doesn't make sense. So but I do think, at least I would think that controller might have like, it might be easier to learn how to track on the controller because of aim assist. And then flicking would be easier on mouse and keyboard. Again, that's just my like opinion. I don't have research or like a lot of people saying that. I feel like this motion with an arm would be easier to flick, whereas like tracking with aim assist might be a little bit different, but stuns are different between both inputs, I'm convinced. Yeah, it's definitely yeah, stuns are funky sometimes. So how to make someone angry in Warzone, stun someone into a finisher. Yeah, or stun them so much that they stay in the gas. Like I've seen a couple pro players do that, where they like the gas is closing and they're like trying to get into the next zone, and they just like stun them over and over again, and the guy's just like can't get in. It's so funny. So after using both, mouse dominates sniping long range. Okay, yeah, so I could see that, and I definitely lean towards agreeing with that. And then controller dominates close quarter fights and movement. Yeah, so with the controller, I mean, I think it has an advantage if you put in the time that you probably could get better quicker at like close quarter engagements, but you still have to put in the time and the work, you know. But then I see people like Breadman, Huskers, Pie Man, who play very aggressive, have really good movement, and dominate in close quarters too. So, but I would say the majority of high kill Warzone players are on controller from what I've seen. You guys can obviously let me know if you feel different. I'm a big disadvantage up close just because I use slow mouse sense. Yeah, so I feel you too. I'm on the lower side too. Like I can't even do like a 360 on my mouse pad, and I have like a large one. Like I don't know if you can see it. Like it's probably too wide to see with my camera. No, it's probably not. You can see it's like this wide. But I need to get like a keypad or like a smaller keyboard, because I can't even show my keyboard because here's my arm pad. So that's how wide my keyboard is. I keep hitting it, man. Like that's what's frustrating. Is like I try to swipe to my left and I bang into my keyboard, and that's what makes it tough. Like yes, I have the slow sense, but then like not having the room because of my slow sense. Because Huskers plays on a really slow sense, and if you watch, like pay attention, especially when he's in a close range engagement, like he is like swiping on his mouse pad. So it's doable, but you have to have that room and practice, because it does just take more work. What's up, Trev? I'm new in keyboard. How much would AimLabs actually help? I play controller and was really good, but on keyboard I struggle close range. So that is an amazing question. So when I first started getting into competitive FPS games, I first started playing PUBG and just got absolutely slaughtered. And it was really hard going from controller to mouse and keyboard. So I firmly believe that an aim trainer would be beneficial. And luckily AimLabs is free, so that's really cool. So that will like really teach you like the skills and the mechanics of how to move and aim your mouse. So at a beginner like mouse and keyboard player, I definitely believe it's worth it. Because it's just like, I mean, it's just like every skill that you're learning, right? Like if there's a way that you can get a lot of repetition in, and like learning how to throw like a football or something, like learning just the mechanics and doing it slow. I played lacrosse in college, and so just like learning how to like, you know, shoot or to do those skills like on a very like get a lot of reps and like at a kind of like a slower pace or whatever. I think it's very beneficial. I play between 4 and 6 with 400 DPI. So do you switch it up? I'm on 400 DPI too, and then I'm 5.25 in game sense. So I'm just interested. You switch up your sensitivity because you said you 4 and 6. But yeah, I've slammed my keyboard so many times. Yeah, it's so frustrating, man. It's like there's, I mean, it doesn't happen a whole lot, but there's like a couple times where I feel like I probably could have like won a gunfight if I didn't hit my keyboard. So guys, I recommend you use the Sniper Right-Tech AMR. It has explosive rounds and max damage. No challenges get you 2 quick scope kills in 15 different matches. You have one shot kill someone immediately when aim. Dang. The Right-Tech, I've never used it, but like I am always annoyed when I'm getting shot by one. That's for sure. I think the reason for that is mouse has a higher skill ceiling. You have more room to improve, but you also need the skill. My desk is way too small for big strokes too. You're playing 4 right now? Okay. You just like trying to find what feels natural. Kind of mixing up to see like what you can play consistently with. Yeah, so I think just going to your previous comment, Ryan, I definitely like, I think that is an interesting conversation to have. Because I don't know if you guys know who It's Iron is. He is a Warzone streamer. He was like #1 for wins for a while. He grinded PUBG, I think, on controller, and then he watched Shroud play, and he was like, I feel like I can never get that good on controller, and so that's why he switched to mouse and keyboard. But I mean, Call of Duty is, I mean, it's coming from the foundation of controller players. So like, and they're amazing. So I just think it's an interesting thought, and I'd be interested to dive in that conversation a little bit more. No, Trev, thank you. Seriously, man. Thank you for coming in, dropping the like, the sub, man. That's just bonus. You coming in, asking questions, hanging out for a second. That's awesome. Yeah, check it out. Let me know. Again, I've dabbled in AimLabs. It seems cool. There are a couple people that I follow on YouTube that talk about how well it helped them and can help you. And so I'm gonna put it into test, and maybe I will. Maybe I'll stream it for you guys if you guys would be interested of me trying it out and see how much I can improve. But thank you, seriously. Like, you're a beast. You guys hanging out, man, is seriously cool. Holding me back from doing what I need to do, but I rather talk to you guys and answer questions or have you guys give me input that would help me. So going back to what cloudy, so I changed it because humidity can make my mouse pad way too slow. Oh dang, interesting. So I'm actually moving from a dry climate to a humidity climate. I wonder if I'm gonna experience something like that. So I slightly changed my settings based off that. Dude, that is interesting. Dang. That makes sense though. I wonder like, do you just have like a purely cloth mouse pad? Because there's some like kind of like hybrid mouse pads that are like not hard but a little bit harder than soft. I wonder if that would like hold its like texture or like hold its shape or not get moist where you like wouldn't have to do that. That's really interesting. I mean, I could see how like that would help. Yeah, but he doesn't get too many kills. He thinks and wins by thinking Iron is the best. He doesn't shoot and snipe. He just, yeah. I mean, he definitely doesn't go for kills. Definitely goes for wins. he but like he's dropped some pretty high kill games before. I mean, dropped like a 26 kill game win, which is definitely not a record, but it's pretty awesome. But you're totally right. He plays for wins, but his sniping specifically because of the time that he's put in, and I mean overall, like his overall aim has gotten way better. Like I started watching him at the very beginning of Warzone, and so like watching him now, like he's getting good. He's getting really good. But you go ask him, he's like, dude, I got a long ways to improve. Like when people ask him, he's like, I think I'm only like at 70% of my potential or something like that. It's crazy. So you have a full cloth. I think I do too. I have the Glorious, like extra large one or XXL, whatever one. It's really nice. But I think it's a full cloth one too. How do you use slide cancels? Dude, nice question. So there are, I would say, the two best ways to use them. The first one is slide canceling will help you move around the map faster, which especially if you don't have a vehicle is super powerful, because it makes you a lot harder to hit. So that's the first thing. So that's how you would use, and I'm assuming that you know how to. If you don't, just let me know. We can, I think as a group, we can talk about how to do it on mouse and keyboard and controller for people that are interested. And then the second thing is it is I think the most effective way to test peek a corner to see where an enemy is, to get an advantage over them so that you can see them before they can see you. So that's the two things that how you would use slide canceling is to get across the map and then to slide cancel up to a corner and like a little bit past it to either get an advantage over an enemy to see them before they see you so you can shoot them, or if you're trying to locate someone that's been shooting you and you don't know exactly where they're at, or you're trying to isolate an individual, slide canceling to test that corner, to kind of like test peek, or I think Exact calls it shouldering, like you kind of shoulder the corner because your shoulder is kind of popping out. Those are the two ways that I see the slide cancel used the most often and like are the most powerful. So I'm thinking of getting the 3XXL Glorious. Yeah, I don't know what size I have, but I want to just like have a desk that's like just a mouse pad. Like my desk is like bigger than you can see. Like here's the wall, and then my desk goes like, I have like this little nook right here. It goes like 2 feet past it. It'd just be awesome if like the whole desk was a mouse pad, and then I would never like run out of room. But the 3XL is probably like super nice. Ryan, bro, you should make a Discord for games training and skill development. Dude, thank you for that input. Seriously, that's awesome. I think you're the second or third person that at least has come out and said that. So I should just, even having 2 or 3 people in it that are like really focused on improving and like trying to find people that have the same mindset of improving and working on skills, I think it would be worth it. So I will, so I really appreciate that. So still can't believe Aiden is catching up on Warscore for taking the world's best Warzone player in the world. I think Aiden surpassed Huskers in the sense of most earnings in Warzone. And correct me if I'm wrong, I don't follow every tournament. If not, he's really close. But yeah, Aiden is doing amazing things, you know. I mean, they both are. If you're, you know, it's amazing to see what they do. So, yeah. So I just played Plunder now and dropped 47 kills. I always get stuck there where I can't reach 50. Dude, 47 is amazing. I get like, I think the most I've gotten in Plunder is like 20. So you guys are beasts, man. So for sure, man, to get me better and see improvement as part of the fun. Oh yeah, for sure. There was someone that commented on one of my videos the other day and it was like, Warzone isn't fun anymore. And then I responded like what made Warzone fun, like for him to begin with. And he never responded. I don't think he responded back. Maybe you did. But like, yeah, getting better, like having progress is like that's definitely like one of the biggest things to have fun, like in anything, right? Like if you're in a job and it's like just like some stale job and you're not being challenged, I think that's another way to have fun. If you're not being challenged or progressing, or like school's like super boring, it's not challenging you, or you're not understanding the material, like that's not fun. So like progressing and improving is definitely way fun, man. That's totally true, Ryan. Be nice to play and practice with others with the same mindset. Oh, for sure. Most definitely. I sent you guys a link to the eAthlete Labs flow video. And again, I actually had an awesome opportunity to interview that guy, the owner of eAthlete Labs, last night. And he was talking about like one of the fastest ways to improve is being around people with the same mindset and that you can like mesh well with. Like you just if you're able to play with people consistently, you guys are there to improve and are able to communicate. Yeah, like that's huge, Ryan. Like, most definitely, that's awesome that you shared that. That's definitely true. I might need to take a break, guys. Get some food. And then get back to this. I definitely got to get this playlist done. But this has been so cool. Like, dang, I'm like so cool that you guys have been in here with all this. This other guy dropped 81 kills with a sniper and Plunder. We forgot his YouTube name. Dude, that's crazy, man. Like, even though there's like respawns, I still think like it's pretty tough. I mean, there are still like some of the hot drops in Warzone, like hot drops in Plunder where you can get a lot of kills, but that's still amazing. Thanks for the advice, man. Love your channel. Oh no, thank you, dude. I mean, thank you for sharing. Cause I'm glad that it's been helpful. I mean, I really do love watching Warzone, and I think I shared a little bit. I played college lacrosse, and I had a season-ending injury, and I came back, and I was never going to recover fully, and so I had to learn like how to break down like gameplay and film, and like how to become more strategic. I couldn't rely just on my skills, and so that's how I've like viewed gaming. And so I love watching like Huskers, Aiden, Iron, like all these players, and I wanted to get better, and I still want to get better, and so I'm glad that the things that I'm sharing and learning are helping others people. Like that's why I wanted to do it. So thank you for sharing that, Ryan. I love that you guys are here and hanging out. It's really cool. Hey bro, eat while I play Warzone. Yeah. I need to get I just need to get a smoothie like in my cup and just like put it right in front of me so I can play and drink at the same time. Like, and then do you guys watch South Park? I never really watched South Park, but there was a South Park episode that came out like years ago that's called like what is it called? Like it's called like Make Love Not Warcraft or something like that. I can't remember. It's something like that. Anyways, it's talking about them. It's showing them playing like Warcraft, and like they're so like focused, like they don't even want to get up to go to the bathroom, and so like one of the players like calls down for his mom to bring like a bathroom for him, like a porta potty basically. It's like kind of gross, but it's like also kind of funny because like we get in those modes like where we don't want to leave. So I'm viewed gaming the same way as all the MMA gyms closed because of COVID. MMA was my session. Dang, this is really cool. Before, so now I treat Warzone as my martial art. No, dude, that like I totally get that, man. First off, that's awesome that you did MMA, man. Like, dude, like that's really cool. I've thought about taking like a self-defense class or like karate or something, but MMA, man, that's next level, dude. So first off, that's amazing. And then I totally understand as like you weren't able to like kind of feed that drive or that like spirit of improving and mastering something and putting that into Warzone. Like I totally get that, because once I was done playing college sports, like I love being competitive and I love that mastery mindset and progress, like you said. And that's why I got into competitive gaming, was exactly because of that. Is your MMA gym starting to open up? I know like some areas are starting to open up right now. Dude, man. So BJJ, yeah, I'm not for sure what that is, but judo, I've heard of judo. We'll have loads of people who just do it as a hobby. When you get decent and you spar, the feeling of the flow state is amazing. Dang, that's crazy. I bet that is pretty amazing. And yes, they are. That's good. That's cool, man. I'm glad things are like starting to open up. Like being shut down, man, was like crazy. So Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I pronounced that right. That's cool, man. You for sure, you love it. Yeah, I need to. And my wife is wanting to do like some kind of like self-defense or something. And so I think I mentioned it earlier. We're moving. We're gonna be moved back to the East Coast, and there's some kind of like martial arts gym, like just like around the corner from us, that I think she wants to do. Thanks for the tips, man. I am practicing side cancel. Nice, dude. That's awesome. That's the key, dude, is like deliberate practice on a specific skill and a specific goal. Just like getting it down, so then you can like get it down with bots or like in Plunder, and then try like honestly, when you jump into Warzone, you should just be practicing like, can I get like one slide cancel kill this game, or can I get once like, I mean, I die sometimes really often, so it's like, can I get one slide cancel kill within like 5 games or something, like a specific goal, and you'll get it down, dude. You'll be dancing over kids before you know it. Bro, maybe this might be the trios, me, you, and Ryan. Yeah, dude, we might slay, man. So I'm practicing in Plunder, and I dropped 26 kills. Dang, dude, there you go. So one thing, so just going on Plunder and practicing in Plunder, one thing that I'm starting to practice that I think will be really beneficial, because I am trying to go for like high kill games, and a big part is like starting off the game with a few kills, so you're dropping into like superstore or factory or airport, you know, at the hangars. Is I'm jumping into Plunder, and I'm specifically trying to have like a crappy loadout, so I can practice like recoil control on like guns, because I was jumping in to some games last week, I think. Yeah, last week, with the AK, and dude, like I could not control that thing, and so I made like an AK class that's like super crappy, and I was just jumping into Plunder, like practicing controlling the guns that like don't have like good attachments. So that's awesome. You're practicing your slide canceling and dropping some bangers, dude, and even if it's in Plunder. So for sure, man. MK. Oh my. Okay, cool. Yeah. Nice, dude. The 26 is not bad at all if you want to get 40 easiest way to use the shotgun. If you want to drop 47. Oh, you will, dude, for sure, Jason. Dude, 50 will happen, man. See, I knew there were like, I can't remember when or where it was. Someone, I think, commented on one of my videos talking about how they like dropped like a pretty high kill game in Plunder, and they're like, but it's just Plunder. They're like, you guys, like, there are some people like trying hard in Plunder, which is good. Like, I mean, I think people in Plunder probably just would care. Some people might just care or get upset that like you're going for kills and not actually trying to win Plunder. But like, like there are some people like trying hard in Plunder, so dropping some high kill games even in Plunder is like pretty awesome, because there are other like people trying to go hard. So if you can do well against people that are like really challenging you, that's gonna help you out definitely in Warzone. So I jump into MW or Plunder, and I can tell myself I can only get a kill with either strafing, drop shot, or bunny hops here. I think that's good. Yeah, dude, for sure. That's really good. I like that. Again, specific deliberate practice is the key. and then as you like start like, mastering in a way, getting better, mastering these skills, it's gonna like help you become a more complete player. And like then you'll get into that flow state where like you just like your mind, like without you thinking, you're doing one of those moves because it's the right one for that thing, and that's what's pretty cool. So to drop 50, do not fill, play Plunder alone. You will keep on landing the same spot and get kills. Yeah, so usually when I play Plunder, it's just by myself, and then yeah, you like, depending on where you die, you'll like be on the opposite side and you can float in. It's just kind of funny sometimes how you respawn. So go to Storage Town and Plunder. It's literally like multiplayer. Everyone wants to do the same thing there. Yeah. That's true. Yep. That's exactly where I go. Is I'll kind of rotate where I land depending on like where I spawn, just because I want to try to get in as fast as possible. So I'll either drop storage, or like basically superstore, depending on like where I respawn in. Bro, like I want the Kali sticks and the R1 Shadow Hunter, and I tried doing them in Plunder and it was so hard. Maybe if I had multiplayer, I would have locked them. So I'm not for sure what's the R1. I know what the Kali sticks are, but I don't know what the R1 is. But yeah, I mean, when they have the shoot the ship, like on Modern Warfare, like multiplayer, it makes like leveling up or completing things just like way easier. Sorry, way easier. My man's somewhere eating. Do you need to go get some food? Go say hi to my boys. My boys just got up from their nap, so I need to get Ryan's gamer tag. Their way. Let me get my phone really quick to get my gamer tag if you guys want it. One sec. You guys like my little nook? Basically just like the hallway to our master bedroom and our bathroom right here, and it's like the only way I can kind of like separate myself. So R1 is the new crossbow, so it's one shot kill, and I also need the ballistic knife. Dang, is this for like Damascus or something, or just unlocking something? I'm gonna pull up my whatever you call it, my like username or whatever. Is it on the COD app? I don't even know. So I have like my Blizzard thing. Can't like X out of this thing. Well, let me minimize it. Yo, Blizzard works? Okay. I could have pulled up my I gotta pulled up my actually like my end game. It's like Trash Con something. Okay. Then the mine is just my first and last name then. That's my like Blizzard one. That helps. Or if that works. Yeah, it'd be awesome, guys. I think I said it earlier. I'm just barely starting like this. Basically, I'm going through like this course, and I'm gonna be ending up with like this 66-day challenge to see like how good I can get. And so, because I was playing Warzone a lot, and then got put on the back burner because I was just more focused on putting content out. So I just want to go through this challenge, and part of it is why I wanted to create this this AimLab playlist to see how good I can get my aim. Anyway, so I'm if you guys want to play, I'm super excited. I'm super motivated, and how will be disciplined and have like scheduled like training, practice sessions, and gaming sessions, because I'm gonna try to set like new PRs and stuff like that. Cool. I'll try when I get back in 5. Yeah, you're good. I think I'm gonna call it there, guys. Sorry that the playlist isn't done, but I am figuring it out, especially with Cloudy helping me adjust those things. Okay, so just check back. It will be done by the end of today. Just check back to the description, and I'll have the playlist uploaded for those that want to use AimLab. Again, I'm not sponsored by them, but I just have people that I look up to that have shared videos on how to improve with AimLab, and it's free to use. So we'll we'll put it to the test basically. But I think that's gonna be it for the stream, guys. Seriously, so much for coming in and hanging out, asking questions, giving input. Yo, what's up, Enzo? How's it going? Feel bad you're kind of coming in at the end, but it's super awesome that you dropped by. Dude, I am doing good. How are you doing? Have you played Warzone yet today? Or are you gonna be playing some games tonight? Any other sweet plans for the weekend? No worries. I'm good too. That's good, man. Glad to hear. Seriously. Thank you so much. So cool that you guys came to hang out. Like, say hi, even if it was for a few seconds. Like, it really does mean a lot. Oh, I guess I gotta play our play game. Yeah, I'm gonna take a little break, hang out with the family for a little bit, and then I'll get back to this playlist. So again, those that want this Warzone specific playlist, okay, check back on the description later today or tonight. Nah, I'm done for today. Did custom with the community. I'm done now. Dang, cool. You just did like some like custom matches in Warzone? That sounds awesome. Like, how'd they go? I'd be like cool to like run custom games before. Dang, dude, that's cool. Cool you did that. How did it go? I've watched a couple of my favorite streamers run them like in the past. I don't think they really do like right now, but that's cool that you put it on for like your community. was it solos, duos, quads? Was it just for fun? Do you guys have like any prizes? Had good people showing up, but it's not great for long-term growth in my opinion. Interesting. Why do you say that? Like oh, it's trios on Rebirth? I didn't know you could do custom ones on Rebirth. Like that's pretty cool. Yeah, so the only thing that I have to say, I don't like my channel, I guess my community is growing, which is amazing. I don't like have some hack and I don't have some big community, but one thing I will say is that you taking the time, I think, to do that for them, it might not give you more growth on the width, but it'll give you a lot more depth with your community, which I think is really cool. You got people just showing up for the custom, not me, you know. That makes sense. I get that. I can understand that. I can get that. But if you had some of your community showing up, I think that's really cool. Like you, yeah, no, it's awesome. Like hit if there's some way you can hit me up with like a link or a Discord something, I'd be down to check it out, man. Whenever you do it next, like there's no rush on coming from me, but I've never done a custom game, so. Okay, I just jumped into trios and did not have a good team, but dropped 5 kills. Got my first team wipe. Was nice, dude. Mace, there you go, dude. You're the man. That is cool, dude. That's awesome. I don't know if you guys can hear my son. One of them, probably both of them. Hey. Yeah, I'm gonna come play. That's awesome, Mace. And then Enzo saying I do a lot of extra value for the community, like Discord, we do lobbies night and stuff like that. Dang, dude, that's sweet, man. Like, that's awesome. You're serving your peeps. That is really cool. Yeah, if you're down, I'd love to check out your Discord, man. Be a part of that. That's really cool. Like, I like being around people that serve other people. That's awesome. Okay, I'm coming. That's awesome, Enzo. Dude, keep that up, man. Just keep on, like, keep serving your peeps, man. Like, I can already tell that's super awesome. Mace, that's super sweet, dude. Keep it up as well. I'm on Instagram. I'm on all 3, actually. But I don't check them super often, but I will check them. So, the best would probably be, like, I think Instagram is MVRCK.gaming. I know, I'm coming. And I think TikTok is just Maverick Gaming. I can even spell TikTok. I think that's it. Okay. Yeah, dude, keep it up, Mace, man. You have a great day. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, a lot of younger audience. I get that. Okay, well, as you guys can tell, my little boy is calling for me. Guys, seriously, thank you so much for stopping by, each and every one of you. Thank you for the comments, the input, the advice, even for me and for other players, spending time with me. You guys seriously are the best. Keep it up. Have a great rest of the weekend. I'll get this playlist done for you all. Okay, nice. No, thank you, Enzo. Appreciate it. Guys, keep it real. Seriously, keep it up. Best of luck in your next Warzone games. You guys just be consistent. You guys will see a lot of improvement and just keep crushing, kids. You guys are amazing. I'll catch you guys later. Have a great weekend.